Good evening, everybody, or anybody. I can upload it onto YouTube after this, Kenny. Liz, it was my first love. She was in my class. I would have loved to take her out, but I was too shy to ask. The fullness of my feeling was never made clear. I sent her my love with a bang on the ear. Nona was my girl when I first was in a group. I can still see her this day, stirring chicken soup. Now she's living in Australia, working for an auctioneer. I sent her my love, bang on the ear. Deborah broke my heart, and I the willing fool. Fell for her one summer on the road to Liverpool. I thought it was forever, it was over within the year. Oh dear. Send her my love, bang on the ear. The home I made with Bella became a house of pain. We weathered it together, bound by a ball and chain. Started up in fight, it ended up in tears. Send her my love, bang on the ear. Crystal was a rover from Canada she hailed. We crossed swords in San Francisco, we both lived to tell the tale. I don't know where she is now, but if I had her here, give her my love, bang on the ear. Woman of my heart fire, harbor of my soul. But once you're lightly sleeping, I sense a dream that doesn't fold like gold. You to me are treasure, you to me are dear. Give you my love, bang on the ear. Give you my love, bang on the ear. And I give you my love, bang on the ear. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Because it seems a bit strange, second year in a row that we're not seeing you live. We do miss you. Yeah, so I'm going to go through some stuff that I probably Might not do with the live band because they probably wouldn't let me. It's Irish whiskey. And I learned the other night that I'd be very careful when I'm drinking whiskey at this point in my life. In Narrenmore, in the county Galway, one pleasant evening in the month of May, I spied a damsel. She was young and handsome, her beauty fairly took my breath away. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, none at all. She wore a bonnet with ribbons on it, around her shoulder was a Galway shawl. We kept on walking and she kept on talking till her father's cottage came into view. She said, "Come in, sir, and meet me father, and play to please him the foggy Jew." She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, none at all. She wore a bonnet with ribbons on it, around her shoulder she wore a Galway shawl. She sat me down beside the fire. I could see her father, he was 6 feet tall, and soon her mother had the kettle singing, and all I could think of was a Galway shawl. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, none at all. She wore a bonnet with ribbons on it, around her shoulder she wore a Galway shawl. I played the blackbird and the stack of barley, Rodney's glory and the foggy Jew. She sang each note, sir, like an Irish linnet. The tears they flowed in her eyes blue. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, none at all. She wore a bonnet with ribbons on it, and around her shoulders was a Galway shawl. 'Twas early, all in the morning, I hit the road for old Donegal. She said goodbye, sir, and then she kiss me, my heart remained with the going shore. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with ribbons on it. Around her shoulders was a gold shawl. She wore no jewels, no costly diamonds, no paint, no powder, no, none at all. She wore a bonnet with ribbons on it. Around her shoulder was a gold shawl. Around her shoulder was a gold shawl. Song there called the Galway Shawl. What we got? In true fashion of me, I know two keys, G and the other G. So there'll be a common theme, some of the songs tonight. I'll upload this to YouTube after I've done it, rather than streaming everything at the one place. And if it goes on YouTube, and if my Auntie Anne happens to pass by, this is one of her favourite songs. In a neat little town they call Belfast, apprentice to trade I was bound, and many an hour of sweet happiness I spent in that neat little town, till a bad misfortune came over me and caused me to stray from the land, far away from me friends and relations, and followed that black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land. Her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. I went out walking one evening, not meaning to stray very far, when I met with a ficklesome damsel. She was plying her trade in a bar. When I watched, she stole from a customer and slipped it right into me hand. The law had came and arrested me, bad luck to your black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land. Her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Next morning for judge and the jury, a trial I had to appear. The judge, he says, me young fellow, a case against you is quite clear. 7 long years penal servitude, you're going to Van Diemen's land, far away from your friends and relations, and follow your black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, you'd think she was queen of the land. Her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Come on, ye jolly young fellows, I'll have you take warning from me. Whenever you're into the liquor, me lads, beware of those pretty colleens. They'll fill you with whiskey and porter till you are not able to stand. The very next thing that you know, me lads, you've landed in Van Diemen's land. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. Her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Thank you. Okay. Take a note of this one. Going to do this next one especially for Grant Newlands, who's actually celebrating his birthday today. He was actually born on St. Patrick's Day. He's the one you'll see on my different posts when I'm either boxing stuff or pulling heavy tires. So happy birthday, Grant. This one's for you. I was 18 years old when I went down to Dublin with a fistful of money, a cartload of dreams. Take your time, said my father, stop rushing like hell. Remember, all's not what it seems to be. There's fellas who'd cut you for the coat on your back, or the watch that you got from your mother. Take care, me young bucko, and mind yourself well, and give this sweet note to me brother. The time Uncle Benji was a policeman in Brooklyn, my father, the youngest, looked after the farm. Till a phone call from America said send the lad over. The old fella said wouldn't do any harm. But I spend my life working this dirty old ground for a few pints of porter and the smell of a pound. And sure, maybe there's something you'll learn or you'll see. You can bring it back home, make it easier on me. So I landed at Kennedy, and a big yellow taxi carried me and me bags through the streets and the rain. When me poor heart was thumping around with excitement, I hardly even heard what the driver was saying. We came in the Shore Parkway through the flatlands in Brooklyn to me uncle's apartment on East 53rd. I was feeling so happy, I was humming a song. I sang, you're as free as a bird. But to shorten the story, what I found out that day was that Benji got shot down in Oaktown Parade. And while I was flying my way to New York, where Benji was lying in a cold city morgue, I called up the old fella and told him the news. I could tell he could hardly stand up in his shoes. He wept as he told me, go ahead with the plan, and not to forget, be a proud Irishman. So I went up to Nellie's beside Fordham Road. I started to learn about lifting me load. But the heaviest thing I carried that year was the bittersweet thoughts of my hometown so dear. I went home that December 'cause the old fella died. Had to borrow the money from a fella on the side. And all the bright flowers and brass couldn't hide the poor wasted face of me father. I sold off the old farmyard for what it was worth, and into my bag stuck a handful of earth. Then I boarded the train and caught me a plane. I found myself back in the US again. Been 22 years since I set foot in Dublin. My kids know to use the correct knife and fork, but I'll never forget the green grass and the rivers as I keep law and order in the streets of New York. La 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 la. La 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 la. Happy birthday, Grant, if you catch that one. Okay. If there's any children watching, I suggest you send them out of the room for a minute. Because this has been requested by a few different people. So, here we go. At Amanda's wedding in a church on Thomas Street, I'm looking at a bridesmaid and she's looking back at me. And when the service ends, I ask her if she wants a lift back to the hotel. If it goes well, a finger and a shift. She says Fitzy drives a Mitzi and he's offered me a spin, and I has a Honda, so I might just go with him. Dad give me says it bring me in a Subaru. So what the feck could make you think I'd wanna go with you? I say feck your Honda Civic, I have a horse outside. Feck your Subaru, I have a horse outside. Feck your Mitsubishi, I have a horse outside. If you're looking for a ride, I have a horse outside. She said, I don't believe you. I said, it's feckin' true. I swapped them for a bag of yolks in 1992. I don't need insurance or no parking space. If you try to clamp my horse, well, he'll kick you in the face. I don't pay no tax, feck your MOT. You'll arrive in style if you ride with me. And the boys are walking over and they're jingling their keys. I look the feckers up and down and I give them one of these. I say, feck your Honda Civic, I have a horse outside. Feck your Subaru, I have a horse outside. Feck your Mitsubishi, I have a horse outside. If you're looking for a ride, I have a horse outside. Giddy up now, baby, bless my soul. I rode the feck around the field since back when he was a foal. And he runs a bit like Shergar, and he jumps like Tiernanog. He's a face like Prince Andrew after half an ounce of coke. And the boys are looking jealous as they lead your one away. Just before I close the door, I look at her and say, would you be my girl? She says, I will, of course, if you grab me by the ponytail and ride me like a horse. I say, feck your Honda Civic, I have a horse outside. Feck your Subaru, I have a horse outside. Feck your Mitsubishi, I have a horse outside. If you're looking for a ride, I have a horse outside. Feck your Honda Civic, I have a horse outside. Feck your Subaru, I have a horse outside. Feck your Mitsubishi, I have a horse outside. If you're looking for a ride, I have a horse outside. It's okay to bring them back in again. Oops, playing myself back as a bit, it's a bit indulgent there. Don't know sorry about this. Let's have a look. Is it getting better? Do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You've got someone to blame. You say one love, one life. When there's one need in the night, one love, we get to share it. Leaves you, baby, if you don't care for it. Did I disappoint you? Leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love. You want me to go without? Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. Whoa. You come here for forgiveness. You come to raise the dead. You come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your head. Did I ask too much, more than a lot? You gave me nothing, now it's all I got. We're one, but we're not the same. Well, we've hurt each other, then we do it again. You say love is a temple, love a higher law. Love is a temple, love a higher law. You ask me to enter, then you make me crawl, and I can't be holding on to what you've got, when all you've got is hurt. One love, one blood, one life. You've got to do what you should. One life with each other, sisters, brothers. One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. Whoa. Thank you. There's a few technical hitches happened tonight. Must be the St. Paddy's Day effect. That's actually pretty cool. Look, the green screen makes the biscuit disappear. So does my greed. A few shout-outs I have to do, and I'll work my way through them as I get them, because I'm not very good at multitasking, so I'm trying to read and trying to play and read and sing and all that kind of stuff. But I want to wish a kind of a happy 30th anniversary for Kenny Baird, or Red Ken as he's known. He's celebrating 30 years in an institution, and he hasn't been found out yet. He's a good mate, Kenny, and he's also a good whiskey drinker. And he's also a pretty ordinary man, which leads me onto this song. I don't mean ordinary as a derogatory term, but he's just one of the people. That's why he's known as Red Ken. I'm an ordinary man, nothing special, nothing grand. Had to work for everything I owned. I never asked for a lot, I was happy with what I got. Enough to keep my family and my home. Say the times are hard, they've handed me my cards. They say there's not the work to go around. And when the whistle blows, those gates will finally close. Tonight they're gonna shut this factory down. They tear it down. I never missed a day, nor went on strike for better pay. 20 years I served them best I could. And with a handshake and a check it seems so easy to forget. A loyalty through the bad times and through good. The owner says he's sad to see things have got so bad, but the captains of industry won't let him loose. He still drives a car and smokes his cigar. Still he takes his family on a cruise. He'll never lose. Well, it seems to me such a cruel irony. He's richer now than ever he was before. And now my check is spent and I can't afford the rent. There's one law for the rich, one for the poor. For every day I've tried to salvage some of my pride, to find some work so as I might pay my way. But everywhere I go, the answer's always no. There's no work for anyone here today. No work today. So condemned I stand, just an ordinary man. Thousands here beside me in the queue, and I watch my darling wife trying to make the best of life. God knows what the kids are gonna do now that we are faced with this human waste. A generation cast aside. For as long as I live, I never will forgive. Strip me of my dignity and pride. You strip me bare. You strip me bare. You strip me bare. Well done, Kenny. 30 years. Continuous service. No broken history. I suppose lockdown's been difficult on everybody, and everybody's had their own thing to go through. But it looks like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm not going to break into a musical song or a song from a musical. It's a song from Starlight Express called There's a Light at the End of the Tunnel. It's getting flashbacks of my days when I was a cable puller with PH systems. But it was Damien Dempsey kind of summed it up very well, is that if we all bunch together, we can sing all our cares away. Mary loves the crowds, hides the bottles round the house, watches chat shows and the soaps, broken hearted but she copes. Michael's out of work, feels he's sinking in the murk. He's unshaven and a mess, finds it hard some days to dress. Stevie smashes the delf, 'cause he can't express himself. He's consumed by rage, like his father at his age. Rita's little child has a lovely little smile. This means nothing to her father, 'cause he's never even seen her. You sing all our cares away, live to fight another day. Joey's off the gear, he's been clean for half a year. He gets bored out of his mind, and he's trying to toe the line. Maggie's in a chair, pushed her right and put her there. She puts the kettle on the boil, and she's always got a smile. We sing all our cares away. We'll live to fight another day. Sing all our cares away. We'll live to fight another day. We grow strong from it all. We grow strong or we fall. We grow strong from it all. We grow strong or we fall. We grow strong. It's a Damien Dempsey tune. I think the Proclaimers recorded it as well. But I was very lucky a few years ago. Went on our first kind of holiday to Lanzarote, me and Susie, my beautiful wife, and then we went again and again and again. But one of the times we went for our joint 40th birthday, which was only last year, and the Dublin City Ramblers were playing live in Lanzarote. And when I was younger, my granny had, my nanny and Nan had Dublin City Ramblers albums, Wolf Tones albums, Dubliners albums, Foster and Allen albums lying about, and the Dublin City Ramblers, she really liked them. And I had the privilege of actually jumping up on stage with them and singing a few songs. It was great. So I think Nanny was looking down on me. And this is one that the Dublin City Ramblers made very famous. The little boats are gone from the breast of Anna Liffey. The ferrymen are standing on the quay. Sure, the Dublin docks is dying and the way of life is gone. And Molly, it was part of you and me. Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worry from my brow. I loved you well today, I love you more tomorrow. If you've ever loved me, Molly, love me now. 'Twas the only job I knew. It was hard but never lonely. The Liffey fairly made a man of me. And it's gone without a whisper and forgotten even now. Sure, it's over, Molly, can't you see? Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you've kissed away the worry from my brow. I loved you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you've ever loved me, Molly, love me now. Now I'll tend the yard, and I'll spend me days in talking. I'll listen and whisper Charlie's on the dole. But Molly, we're still living, and darling, we're still young, and that river ever know me heart and soul. Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you'll kiss away the worry from my brow. I loved you well today, and I loved you more tomorrow. If you've ever loved me, Molly, love me now. Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you've kissed away the worries from my brow. I loved you well today, and I love you more tomorrow. If you've ever loved me, Molly, love me now. If you've ever loved me, Molly, love me now. If you've ever loved me, Molly, love me now. A song there called The Ferryman by the Dumsey Grounders. Thanks so much for all your kind messages and your shares and your likes and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really appreciated. I will try and read them all again when I've finished this. This next song only kind of gets done by me and by the band on special occasions whenever we get a pass. It's a love song, and this song doesn't belong to football, and it doesn't belong to rugby, it doesn't belong to anybody, it belongs to Ireland. By lonely prison wall, I heard a young girl calling, Michael, they have taken you away, for you stole Trevelyan's corn, so the young might see the morn. A prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing, lonely round the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against the famine and the crown, I rebelled, they cut me down. You must raise our child with dignity. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing, so lonely round the fields of Athenry. By lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling, as the prison ship sailed out against the sky. For she'll live in hope and pray her love in Botany Bay. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Lo, lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wind, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Lo, lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely round the fields of Athenry. Lonely round the fields of Athenry. Thank you. Oh. Here's another tune from my teens. These are a band in Ireland who kind of captured a generation, and they were the sound of a generation for an awful lot of us. A band called the Saw Doctors. I have fallen for another, she can make her own way home. And even if she asks me now, well, I'd let her go alone. See, I used to see her up the chapel when she went to Sunday Mass. And when she go up to receive, I'd kneel down there and watch her pass. Glory of her ass. I used to love her, I used to love her once. A long, long time ago, I used to love her, I used to love her once. A long, long time ago, it's gone. All my loving is gone. Oh, oh, it's gone. All my loving is gone. You remember her collecting for concern on Christmas Eve. And she was on a 48 hour fast, just water and black tea. I worked straight up and made an ostentatious contribution. And I winked at her to tell her I'd seduce her in the future when she's feeling looser. I used to love her, I used to love her once. A long, long time ago, I used to love her, I used to love her once. A long, long time ago, it's gone. All my loving is gone. Oh, oh, it's gone. All my loving is gone. Now you know the truth of it, she's no longer my obsession. And all the thoughts and dreams I had of her would take 6 months in confession. See, I met this young one Thursday night, and she's into free expression. And our mission is to rid the world of this sinful repression. Then we had a session. I used to love her, I used to love her once. A long, long time ago, I used to love her, I used to love her once. A long, long time ago, it's gone. All my loving is gone. Oh, oh, it's gone. All my loving is gone. Oh, oh, it's gone, long, long gone. All my loving is gone, long, long gone. I have fallen for her mother, she can make her own way home. To be tuned by the Saw Doctors. Now, let me see. Let me see. I've been quite lucky and fortunate to have met some fantastic people, some famous, some not so famous. But one of the most inspirational people who I met years and years ago was a politician called John Hume, who was instrumental in bringing peace to Ireland, all of it, not just the north. United all sides, and just a really, really nice guy. I was doing sound for him at a conference in Derry, and we picked a tune for him to walk out for, and of course he picked the Derry Air, not realising that was his favourite tune of all time, and he made his way across to the sound desk where I was sitting, and I was looking very nervous, and he came over and he just says, "Thanks very much." So this one's for, I suppose, reminds me of John Hume. It's for anybody who wants to enjoy it. In my memory, I will always see the town that I have loved so well, where our school played ball by the gas yard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell. Going home in the rain, running up the dark lane, past the jail and down behind the fountain. Those were happy days in so many, many ways, in the town I love so well. In the early morning, the shirt factory horn called the women from Creggan, the mow and the bog, while the men on the door played a mother's role, fed the children and then trained the dog. And when times got tough and there was just about enough, but they saw it through without complaining, for deep inside was a burning pride in the town I love so well. There was music there in the Derry air, like a language that we all could understand. I remember the day when I earned my first pay, as I played in a small pickup band. There I spent my youth, and to tell you the truth, it was sad to leave it all behind me, for I'd learned about life and I found a wife in the town I love so well. But when I returned, oh my eyes, how they burned, to see how a town could be brought to its knees by the armored cars and the bombed out bars and the gas that hangs on to every breeze. Now the army's installed by that old gas yard wall, and the town barbed wire gets higher and higher. With their tanks and their guns, oh my God, what have they done to the town I loved so well? Now the music's gone, but they carry on, for the spirit's been bruised, never broken. Oh, they're still not forget, still their hearts are set on tomorrow and peace once again. Now what's done is done, and what's won is won, and what's lost is lost and gone forever. I can only pray for a bright, brand new day in the town I love so well. In the town I love so well. It's a lovely song written by Phil Coulter. I think he wrote Puppet on a String or Congratulations or something like that as well, wasn't it? Thanks very much for everybody who tuned in tonight and shared and liked and commented and all that kind of stuff. And thanks for anybody who's not going to watch it live because going to save it and watch it later, or who might share it and all that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try and do a few more live things in the coming while. So I'm not sure when live music will be back in pubs and that kind of stuff, but when it comes, it comes. There's no point shouting about it. It won't change it. It was around Paddy's Day a couple of years ago that a big chunk of my family we were all together for a bit of crack. We were celebrating my cousin's jewellery exhibition, which was fantastic, and unfortunately that was the last time all of us were going to be together. Because the star of the show is no longer with us anymore. So I'll leave you with this one. Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your Paddy's Day, or if this is the day after Paddy's Day, enjoy your hangover. And for those of us of a certain persuasion, enjoy. This is a tradition where it's a break in Lent. So if you're giving up anything for Lent, you can you can break it today as a special. But everybody in my family and close friends will know exactly who this song is for. And it's for everybody else as well. Good night, thank you. Good me luck, Claire. Slán go fóill. As we gather in the chapel here in Old Kilmainham Jail, think about these last few weeks. Or will they say we failed? From our school days, they have told us we must yearn for liberty. Yet all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. Take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I'll place this wedding ring on your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men, my love for this brave land. But when Porrick called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed. To him I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. Take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I'll place this wedding ring on your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. As I walk out in this May morn, my thoughts will be of you. And I'll write some words upon the wall so everyone will know I love so much that I could see his blood upon the rose. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. Take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I'll place this wedding ring on your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. Take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I'll place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. There won't be time to share our love, so we must say goodbye. Thanks very much, everybody. I'll catch you very, very soon. Cheers. Thanks for liking and sharing and all that kind of stuff. Enjoy the rest of your St. Paddy's Day. And if you're watching this later, just have a lovely day. Thank you. Good night.